Lala, how's it going?
How's it going, Ross? How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a little bit cold, a little bit bored, locked down, but
I'm
I'm
like,
talking
where are
to
you
Lala
quarantining
Anthony.
at with this scully that you have on, this hot hoodie that you have on?
It's Los Angeles. I moved here from Ireland thinking it was going to be warm over here, but
Right,
today, for
right.
some reason, where are you? Where am I calling you at?
Same, West Coast. I'm West Coasting it up, just trying to, stay sane in the middle of just such uncertain times. And I just found people always ask, how are you getting through the quarantine? I just found that if I go day by day, that works for me. Like if I try to think too far in advance, then I start getting stressed out and anxious. So I just kind of take it day by day. I try not to think about like, when is this going to be over? When are we going to be back outside? Because that gives me anxiety. So I just try to go day by day. And I'm learning about filling the days up with things I never do, whether it's Zoom calls all day or um, Zoom parties. My niece just celebrated a birthday. We did a 70s party for her. I posted on my Instagram on Zoom, and we all put like 70s gear on, and everybody was in their house with their gear and their drinks. You see my little bar back here, and everyone was just toasting it up and having fun. So you can get really creative on how to, spend the time and just allow yourself to stay in a positive mental space.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering because I mean, for me, like I've three young kids, so I'm stuck at home anyway all day. This has
Right,
a
right,
difference to me. Just a
right.
butterfly like yourself, it must be hard. Like you like to get out and do stuff. It must be hard being trapped in there.
Yeah, but it also makes you not take certain things for granted anymore. When you're working all the time or outside all the time, it's like, oh, I just wish I could have a break. I just wish I could slow down a little bit. And now the whole world is being forced to slow down, and all we want is to get back outside. So, it just gives you an appreciation for things that maybe you didn't pay attention to before. And I think
That's
when we
true.
all do come out of this, everyone's going to come out a different person and with a different appreciation of just taking care of each other and taking care of the world. And what I do love about even this uncertain time is just when you see so many people just banding together to just help each other and donate to different causes, or be on the front lines with healthcare workers. I know I've worked a lot with my own charity, and I partnered up with a friend of mine who owns a company called Eat Clean Bro, and we're giving meals out to different hospitals in the tri-state area: New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. I'm obviously from New York. I live in New York. So I just wanted to do anything I could to just kind of give back. And that makes you feel good when you're dealing with all of this, like to help in any way. So, and another thing I tell people is that helping doesn't always involve money either. There's ways you can help without having to actually give money, and I've been just trying to find cool ways to continue to help, because the whole world needs it. But when you look at a place like New York, you really see, how the pandemic has taken over.
True. That's a great attitude. Are you personally worried about the virus at all? Like, do you know people who come down with it? Are you?
Yeah, it's so funny, Ross. I was saying, like, in the beginning, you heard about it, like you were just hearing about it. And then as the days went on, I keep telling people it gets closer and closer. Then it's like your cousin's friend. Then it's like your second cousin. Then it's like your great uncle. Like all of a sudden, as the days go by, it's getting closer and closer. Then your friend has a family member that just passed away, or, someone close that just passed away. So as much as it felt like, oh, that was over there, all of a sudden, as it's spreading, it's getting closer and closer. But I was always a person that took it seriously, and, just encourage people to take it seriously, because no one wants to stay like this. But the only way to get out of this situation is to stay inside and really listen to the warnings. A lot of us have this attitude like, oh, that can never happen to me. Or, one thing about the coronavirus, and we're seeing it, it doesn't discriminate. It's not a
Mhm.
race thing. It's not an age thing. It's not a class thing. It's not a money thing. It's none of those things. So we have to pay attention to what we're being told, and really use our discretion when it comes to going outside. I just think you should
True.
stay inside unless you absolutely have to go out for something.
How's your boy managing? I mean, he's only what 13. Is he
Yeah.
there with you? How's he managing?
So he's 13, and it is difficult for him because he's learning a new norm, which is like online school. He's an active social kid. He's a basketball player. Ross, you've seen his basketball videos. So it's
Hmm.
like he's used to being out. So what I try to do is keep them active here in the house, whether it's, all these online Instagram pages have great workouts and stuff. So you do a workout, online, and just try to stay as active as you can. And just also being patient with him. I have a lot of parents and friends of mine that are like, these kids are driving me crazy. Like, what do I do? Yeah, exactly.
Right
You got
here.
3. They're like, and it's just like, I'm always trying to be mindful of our children and how they're feeling, because this is new to them too. Like sticking my kid in front of a computer and saying, go to school, go to class, pay attention. It's like, well, what's going on? So I try to be mindful of their feelings, because they have to be having anxiety and uncertainty about what's going on in the world right now.
That's very true. It's very true. It's new to them as well as us.
Yeah.
And you are also currently, or were currently, frustratingly enough, working on a really cool new project. And the
Right.
timing of it couldn't have been any worse for this virus to arrive. But the
Right.
show was cool. I've checked out the first episode. Tell us a bit
Thank you. So it's my new Facebook watch series. It's called Reclaim Your Life. You can find it at facebook.com/reclaim life today. And it's just been such a positive response. And basically what we're doing is we're taking women who, kind of feel like they're stuck in life right now, whether their self-esteem has been knocked down or their confidence, from careers, relationships, families, heartbreak, things that we all can relate to. And they just feel like, I'm stuck and I can't get past this point. And we start the series with giving them an internal makeover. And then the icing on the cake is they get a makeover from my glam team. So they get the full hair, makeup, and clothes. But it's one thing to just look the part. You got to feel the part. So in the beginning, we really deal with, why are you feeling this way? And give them tools to feel better about themselves, reclaim their life, find their passion again. And it's a super positive and emotional series. It's 15 minutes. You saw the first episode. So I love that we get in, and we tackle so much, but we also, don't spend so much time on it. Like, we're able to just get in and get out, but we really cover a lot of ground. And so far the feedback has just been incredible. So thank you to everybody who's been watching and supporting. Again, you can go to facebook.com/reclaim life today to check it out. I'm really proud of it.
No, it's cool. It's a cool show. And you had your friend Carucci was on the first episode. Is that a thing you're going to do in the future? And what's Carucci like to work with?
She's been awesome. And, I was also taking people who, like, I want to work with people who kind of can relate to being put in a box. Like, she made the transition from being a stylist to now being a well-known actor on Claws, which is an amazing series. She's doing great work there. So just kind of like, people are always like, well, how did you do it with me? Starting in radio, then producing, now being an actor. And people tell me all the time, you'll never be able to do all these things. And sharing our stories with these women so they feel like, you know what, I can do this too. And I thought Carucci was great at that. And she was great and open and honest. I was open and honest. I mean, all of a sudden there were tears on the show and people crying. And I was like, oh, wow, this is really hitting, some real stuff. And all the comments I read were like, I'm over here in tears. This was so amazing. But it's also, again, so positive. And I think that in the current state of the world with the quarantine and, again, the uncertainty, I was excited to put out a piece of content that I felt really uplifted people's spirits. And that's what I think the show did.
Right. It's a very honest show. You can tell a lot of emotions on show. And obviously the timing of it, as I said, the virus just couldn't have been any worse. Just as the show launches, this hits and shuts you down. But I assume you're going to pick it up when all the dust settles, right?
Yeah, that's what the hope is. The quarantine has stopped everyone, but I want to definitely pick it back up when we're back outside. I do believe it's not going to be like this forever, just looking forward to the day, I keep saying, when we could be back outside.
Yeah, you and me
and
both.
I would love to pick it up. But in the meantime, I'm glad that we had this one episode in the can and people can just watch it and walk away feeling good about themselves. And so many women were just like, this story is so similar to mine. I can relate. And it just has been really powerful. And I'm glad that I was able to do that, during this time.
And it's only girls. I was going to say, you don't let boys in, but boys need makeovers too. Look at this. No. I had long flowing locks before this.
Ross,
look at the state of me now. Look at this. No. Look at me. I could use some help. Why are no boys allowed?
Attention too. So I'm not saying no boys allowed yet. I'm going to start with some amazing women and then possibly open it up to some guys out there.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. And any hints at who might, because I assume you want to keep that guest star theme going. Right. You're going to have future guests? Any idea who you might bring on?
Yeah, I haven't called in any of my favors yet, but I have a few on deck. I mean, I have great friends and great support systems. You know, I have so many people in my life who are so supportive of me. So yeah, I think, you know, anyone, one of my friends would probably jump on at any given time. I just haven't called yet, but I will say this, all of my friends watched it and were just blown away by it and so excited. We did a big IG live yesterday. It was wild. I had Kelly Rowland on, Charlemagne the God, 50 Cent, Meg Thee Stallion. And the point of the live was to talk about the show. Now the live took a million different turns. We started playing a game of would you rather and asking all these questions, like fun questions, but it really was cool. So I'm saying that to say it's nice to have the support of so many of my friends who watched the show and just really love the show.
I read about this actually. I missed your IG live party.
Where were you? It was lit.
The only kind of party you can have right now is an IG live party. But yeah, people who had tuned in, what happened? Tell us.
So it was just like, first we were talking about the show, and then I was like, all right, let's play a game of would you rather. So I asked each person 3 questions. So it would be like, would you rather go a month without sex or a month without social media? I know I asked 50 that one, and it was funny because he was like, he would rather go a month without social media. And I was like, can you really survive a month without social media? Because you're the social media king. So we laughed about that. And then Meg, I asked her the same thing, and she was like, I'm quarantined. I haven't even been having sex, so I'm good without having sex for a month. So everyone was just giving cool answers. Kelly had a great one. I think it was, would you rather be able to tell the future or forget your past or something like that? Like it was getting really, really fun. And the questions were good. Charlemagne, it was like, would you rather be an ugly genius or an attractive idiot? And he was like, I'm already an ugly genius. I'm like, you're not ugly. So it was just really, it got really fun. And I think people were just engaged. It might be something that I do every week. I'll see, but it's cool.
That sounds like an idea.
Yeah, it's cool to see everybody just hanging out, and also seeing that all of us are going through the same thing and just trying to make the best out of it.
Yeah, totally. That sounds like a great idea. I think you should definitely do that weekly.
Yeah.
Other shows as well. God, you were so busy before they started. You were on The Shy as well, right?
Yeah, so I filmed The Shy, and the release date for season 3 the premiere date got pushed up, so it's June 21st now. So definitely check out Showtime. June 21st, The Shy will be back. I'm super excited about that. Shout out to Lena Waithe and the whole Shy crew. We really brought the heat this season, and I'm excited. Jacob Lattimore is, you know, the star of the show, and he's just amazing. Most of my work was with him, and I got to know him as just a person and an actor, and he's great at what he does. And I think we did some incredible work on screen together, and I'm excited for people to see it because it's different from seeing me on Power or seeing me, you know, recently on 90210. Like, it's a different role. I play a chef, which anyone who knows me knows in real life I cannot cook. So playing a chef has been an interesting thing, but I actually learned so much about being a chef because of the show. So that was really cool. And I just think it gives people a chance to see me show some versatility and do some different things.
So The Shy's in the bag then. That obviously it didn't get shut down. Production.
Yes, it's in the bag. It's done.
Oh,
we finished that like right around the holidays.
Perfect. And 90210, of course, you mentioned, which was a huge deal last year.
Yes.
Are we going to see a follow-up to that? And like,
you know, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talks of it. I hear people, you know, saying we're trying to move it to a different network, and really, you know, the fans really want it. I mean, 90210 fans are something else. They are like wild for it. And I was just so happy to be a part of it. I think it was me and Vanessa Lachey were like the only 2 non-original cast members that were on the show. Mm-hmm. So I was honored to do that. I mean, it's a show that I watched and loved. So the hope is that it does come back and we can bring the crew back together again and just do something fun.
I hope so. Well, listen, it was fantastic talking to you today, Lala. I want you to stay safe and get that Instagram weekly thing going. I want to watch it.
I will. And same to you. And Ross, don't let those 3 kids drive you crazy, okay?
I'll try. I'll see you later.
All right. See you, Ross. Bye.